Namaskaram, ഞാൻ Eliza. Learn Malayalam with Elikuട്ടിയിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. If you're looking for a place to help you learn Malayalam, you've come to the right channel. Today we're starting episode 10 in our beginner learner series. If you haven't checked out the first 9 episodes, do check them out and we'll be waiting for you here when you're ready to join. So let's go on. Today we're going to continue our topic of food and we're going to look at some verbs related to food and how to use them. But first, let's review. Let's look at this conversation in English and do your best to try to translate this into Malayalam. When you're ready, hit play and we'll go over it together. Alright. Namaskaram Eliza, സുഖമാണോ? Namaskaram Kathy, സുഖം. വിശക്കണോ? അതെ, വിശക്കണ്. പഴങ്ങളുണ്ടോ? പപ്പായ ഉണ്ട്. അയ്യേ, എനിക്ക് പപ്പായ ഇഷ്ടമല്ല. So I don't know about you guys, but I hate papaya. And I tend to try foods many times to make sure if I like it or don't like it, and papaya has just never agreed with me. So there's plenty of other fruits that I enjoy. But anyway, sidetrack over. By the way, if you're team papaya or team anti-papaya, let me know because it's a very divisive fruit. So here, I'm hungry and I want fruit, but there's only papaya and I say aye. Aye is this exclamation of like ugh or ugh. So it's either something gross or something silly or something ridiculous, and this is your response to it. So very useful word, aye. And remember, when we ask if you like something, we put the object first. Paal ishtamano, velam ishtamano, kapi ishtamano. Now let's look at today's conversations. The first one we have is Chechi kaicha. അതെ വലിയ പഴം കഴിച്ച് ഹോ പിന്നെ എന്ത് കുടിച്ച് ചായ കുടിച്ച് ആര് ചായ ഉണ്ടാക്കി ഞാൻ ഉണ്ടാക്കി. Alright, so she's asking her big sister, did you eat? കഴിച്ചോ? അതെ വലിയ പഴം കഴിച്ച്. So it can mean a big fruit or it can mean a big banana. പഴം is banana, but it also can be fruit. പിന്നെ എന്ത് കുടിച്ച്. So in order to figure out what കുടിച്ച് is, let's look at the next line. ചായ കുടിച്ച്. So in our last lesson we learned that chaya is tea. So കുടിച്ച് is drink. What did you drink? I drank tea. ആര് ചായ ഉണ്ടാക്കി? Who made the tea? ഞാൻ ഉണ്ടാക്കി. I made it. Alright, next conversation. ഇപ്പോൾ എന്തിയാ? ചോറ് ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നു. ചോറ് കഴിക്കുമോ? അതെ ചോറും ചിക്കനും കഴിക്കും. എന്ത് കുടിക്കാം? അറിയില്ല, നീ പറയൂ. So here we're saying, what are you doing now? ഇപ്പോൾ എന്തിയാ? Now, India is a bit of a slang. The full form of it is എന്ത് ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. But around my husband, I have to hear him say India, so I just threw that in there for some flavor. ചോറ് ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നു. So I am making rice. ചോറ് കഴിക്കുമോ? Do you eat rice? Will you eat rice later? അതെ ചോറും ചിക്കനും കഴിക്കും. So remember in the last lesson we learned that this is and. So ചോറും ചിക്കനും, rice and chicken. എന്ത് കുടിക്കാം? What shall we drink? അറിയില്ല, I don't know. നീ പറയൂ, you tell me. So today we're looking at some verbs to associate with food and beverages. First we have karikuga. Karikuga is to eat, and it can be used in any context of eating, whether it's a meal or a snack or any kind of dining experience. The next word is tinuga. And tinuga is used more either when talking about children and animals eating or when you're having a snack with your friends, but it's not generally used for meals or like a fine dining situation. You wouldn't tell an elder person, namakatinam, like this is a bit too informal. So karikyam or karikuga is used more in the general eating. In tinuga, again, it's like, puchora meena tinnu, a cat ate a fish, or kutti or a snack tinnu, like a little kid had a snack. Kudikuga is to drink, and that's for any drink, whether it's water, coffee, alcohol, whatever. It's kudikuga. And the last word is undakuga. And undakuga means to make, and it can be used in many different contexts. But here we can use it to make food or to cook food. Bakshnam undaki, I made food. Chaya undaki, I made tea. Now when we use the simple present and we're talking about something happening now, we use the simple present ending, double na u. So karikuga, karikunu. Tinnuga, tinnunnu. Kudikuga, kudikunnu. Undakuga, undakunnu. Make sure you make that u very obvious. You don't want to clip it because that makes a different meaning of the verb. Simple future, when you want to state your intentions, you can use the ending. So karikuga becomes karikyum. Tinnuga becomes tinnum. Kudikuga becomes kudikyum. Undakuga becomes undakum. Now, there is another future ending for but we use this generally to mean let's do something or I shall do something, and it's more polite and it's less direct. This ending is very direct, and you would use it when you're stating your future intentions. So if someone's asking you, what are you planning on doing today? You can use this tense. Or you can use it to describe your habits. In English, we tend to use the simple present for this, and we have a lesson coming up soon where we talk about our daily habits and using to describe it. So don't worry too much. Just for right now, future tense, use and we'll talk about more context later. And in the past, things get inconsistent. So Malayalam has 12 different verb endings for the past tense. You don't need to memorize all of them. What I suggest is every time you learn a new verb, learn what its past tense is, and over time it will become more intuitive to you what the ending will be. So karikuga becomes karichu. Tinnuga becomes tinnu. Kudikuga becomes kudichu. Undakuga becomes undaki. Now, to make these into question forms, we would add o, okay, a long o. So it doesn't matter if it's past, present, future tense, you just add o at the end. So kaichu would be kaicho, did you eat? Tinunu, tinno, are you eating? Kurikyum, kurikyumo, will you drink? Undaki, undakio, did you make? All right. And whenever you don't do something, you would just say illa. So again, kaichu, kaichilla. Tinunu, tinnunilla. Kurikyum, kurikilla. Undaki, undakilla. So whenever someone wants to say they didn't do something, they add illa. And if someone asks you, kaicho, you can say illa, or you can say kaichilla. Both will work in this situation. So now let's answer the following questions. You can put it here in the comments or in your notes. Answer the following questions. Choru kaicha. Dinner undakuma. Paal kudicha. Ipo inda kaikina. I'm looking forward to hearing about your food and drink habits. And if you're not sure about some words, do look it up. There are lots of videos on YouTube that will list different vocabulary lists of Malayalam fruits, vegetables, foods, and other things. Or if you want to introduce us to a dish that's popular where you are, I'd love to see it in the comments. You can also join us over at our Discord server. We have free classes every Monday at 7 and 8 p.m. IST. We have over 2,000 members of learners and helpers alike, and would be happy to have you a part of it. Until next time, apo elam parnadu pole.